Hey everybody, and welcome to this next lesson. In the last lesson, we were looking at Dynamesh and what it's used for. In this lesson, I'm going to show you guys why we use ZSpheres. Basically, it's just a way of modeling. It's used a lot for characters and, well, for anything, really. So, to do this, without further delay, I'm going to explain a little of how to do this. So go to the live box panel and you'll see we have different things, okay? We have one thing in particular. Okay? This one here. With the insert tool here, we can insert the ZSpheres. Click. Let's remove the element we have. And we get this ball here. As you can see, this sphere is not a sphere for modeling. However, when I click here, we get, as you can see, another one. What can we do with this? Well, a whole bunch of things. In this case, we're going to make a character. We're going to make a body. Something very easy. We'll start with the torso. This will be the part of the chest. And we'd start with the skeleton. In this case, if we want to make the arms, we make the symmetry, see? We click like this. And now we can move this. If we hit move, as you can see, we can move it. Here, for example. Okay, so now we can press Q to edit. And we can click. And we add in another sphere that we're going to place here, for example. Okay? Here, as you can see, we're making a skeleton. If we hit Q on any of these segments, we can transform the segment into a sort of axis. Okay? Now can you see how it moves from here? This is perfect to use on character designs, to pose the models or to make other things. We could place the hip part here. And do this here with the Q key. We can add another segment, and now we could, for example, scale a segment or spin it while we scale it. See? And from this point, we can also scale it. Okay, or we could rotate it. Okay, so as you can see, though, if we rotate the end piece, we'd be pulling at the sphere. We can rotate other things, the arms in this case. To do this, we're basically going to do some exercises to practice like we did with the Dynamesh, so we can see how things work. Here, for example, we could place the head, the neck, and here another sphere to make the head. This way it's a little bit too big, but we can move it and scale it with the E key. In this case, is a shortcut. Okay, Q key. Make a neck there. And we scale this part here. As you can see, it's really interesting to use to create anatomical elements and other things. Here, for example, instead of making some legs, we're going to make like a tail. We'll come from here. We'll do this like this. And well, in the beginning, I was going to make another segment, and here another one. And this would end in a point, scaling it. To scale it little by little. Okay. When we have a shape a little bit more defined, the trick is to hold the A key. As you can see, what we've done is transform the ZSpheres, and we've transformed them into a model in themselves. This is the same. We're going to hold the key and go back to the initial state. If we go here to the adaptive skin, it's the same as hitting the A key. We get a preview. We can also increase the subdivision in intensity to see what it would look like. Okay? If we're not into the shape we have, or if we're into it, we hit OK. We like this shape. It's great. It's perfect. We hit Make Adaptive Skin, and automatically we would get a model inside of our editor. Okay, so now we're going to go to Subtool, Insert, and here, as you can see, we have the model. We hit click, and we've automatically added the model. Without the ZSphere properties. Okay, because ZSpheres can't be edited. They cannot be edited. I can move this, but if I go back to the point from before, this wouldn't work. So what we want to do now is eliminate this model here, hide it, and work with the one we have here. If we hold the key, the A key, as you can see, nothing happens. Here we can go now to geometry and add in some more subdivisions to add more details. And here we could go on to the topic of the Dynamesh to transform them into a Dynamesh. We get asked this, we hit yes. We get this model transformed into a Dynamesh. If we hit no, we get a Dynamesh model. Apparently we hit no. Okay. It's also interesting because it saves the polygroups. That I'll explain what we use them for later. But they do a lot. Here we go on to work perfectly with the model and sculpt with some symmetry on and adding muscles or whatever we really want. Okay. So we do like this. We'll update it, we'll soften it. Okay, so to make kind of like an adequate model. Remember that being as it's a Dynamesh, it doesn't matter if it stretches too much. Because obviously, we can update the mesh at any moment. In this case, we can make it kind of alien or whatever we want, okay? This is what ZSpheres are for. Making a quick summary of how we've done it. Well, we go to the subtool, insert a ZSphere. Grab the sphere, and I'm gonna move it a little. Like this. I'm gonna scale it. And we could make a few segments or tentacles. Okay. We can make some wings or something. The elements we want to make. This is all free. It's all a question of practicing and seeing what shapes you can make. Click. Remember that with the A key, we can see what it looks like. We go to Adaptive Skin and say, and hit OK, we like it, and click on Make Adaptive Skin. And we've already hit it. And now, well, we simply have to hit Insert Subtool. There we go. Oh no, what have we done? The last one straight away. And we cut the model automatically on top. We have to carefully see which is the one we want to eliminate and which one to keep. Okay? We'll stay with the last one. This one can also go. Okay, this is how we work with the ZSpheres. We can make trees, characters, well, anything you can think of, you can make it. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. In the next lesson, we'll learn a little on how to model on hard surfaces. Okay? So, yeah, see you later.